welcome to Rollfair, a D&D podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in. As always, we'll introduce ourselves. I am Devin, the Dungeon Master.
I'm Ryan, the...
Ryan
the moron.
Which alias do you want?
Nine.
I'm Brad, playing Arden, the wizard.
I'm Kayla, playing Gaiji, Tabaxi Pirate.
I'm Austin, playing Shewu the Turtle.
I'm Ben, playing Raina, the Human Ranger.
I'm Sarah, I'm playing Asar, the Fire Genasi Sorcerer.
Perfect. Well, to my left, there are two morons, apparently.
I almost said Alton.
I don't know why. I always get your guys' names mixed up.
They're so close.
I don't know.
We
Final
look
letters
so
start with
similar.
an A.
You guys
We've
just need
got
to,
a lot of A's in the party.
Yeah.
just need to
Just
find
like-
out my real name.
The last campaign we ran, everyone had an R.
Rin, Ru,
Drove me nuts. But last time, the party finished the ceremony of the victor, where they learned about Mashingu's conquest of Ilmalath, the Chromatic Queen, and they won the kudu hunt and received a boon of Mashingu. And as they discussed things among themselves, Sharu saw Malika, someone from his past, and she pronounced to the people of Nalia to listen to her. So we will pick up at that point. So as she steps up to that and shouts, "People of Nalia, hear my words." She begins to say, "The time has come to prepare for war. As the fat of your offering burns a path to the heavens of Ifdular, the machinations of corrupt mortals prepare the path for the return of Ilmalath. A festering hatred has schemed and begins to shoot forth buds for blossom. A corrupt religion works against you, digging its roots to drink all along the Maishanda. They will pollinate the blossoms of corruption as bees in the summer crop. The seed of the gods will be as dust before the wind in the face of the approaching destruction." And as she begins to say these things, you see many of the clerics and paladins of Mashingu start rushing forward, and guards and whatnot, and they start coming forward, and she begins to glow bright, like a pure white light, and starts to lift slightly off the ground. And as the people try and attack her, you see each of them that attempts is struck down and falls to the ground, unconscious, it seems. And she shouts, "Do not touch me until my message is finished, for I will finish what Juunabi tells me to declare. And if you attack, you will die." And some of the people start backing away. And she continues, "A choice approaches, one that will grant liberation for generations to come, or will bind the inhabitants of this world to the will of their oppressors for an age. The scale of sacrifice will be demanded, not a sacrifice of flesh and blood, but of pure nobility. A sacrifice without guile, vengeance, or gain." And again, people begin trying to encroach, and they some pull arrows and fire, and as they fire, the arrows disintegrate as they approach her, and you see the ones that fire drop dead. And she finally finishes, "Drive out the corruption of the false priests. Unite together as one people, for a darker force far beyond Ilmalath's ire will lay waste to Idel. You have been warned." And as she finishes, the light begins to fade. She drops back down, and the people approach, and again drop dead as the waning light dissipates, and she begins to make her way slowly, just walks, and anyone that still tries to touch her drops dead. And eventually the people stop, and she just makes her way out of the city, out of the promenade. And as she passes by you, Sharu, she says, "Seek me at my retreat, and we can discuss this further. You two have a part to play."
I'll meet you there, Malika. I'm glad you are safe.
And she fades into the crowd rather the crowd parts around her, and she simply leaves the city and heads south.
So Sharu's friends with mass murderer? Is that what's going on here?
Sharu, she's beautiful.
I mean...
Is that your girlfriend?
Arden has some competition.
I mean, when I first met her, I could have sworn she was Junabi herself.
She is terrifying.
The abyss was she talking about?
I mean, it sounded very similar to the vision Raynor saw. About the
She did mention
noble
sacrifice.
I did like the part where she said it, wasn't a sacrifice of blood. I much appreciate, keeping blood.
Yeah, well, no killing
definitely
rebels, I guess.
means that...
Didn't realize Juanabi was so violent.
I mean, to be fair, she didn't kill any of them. They just died trying to touch her.
They were warned, and they honestly, like what she said about the darkness in the churches. I've heard of this from Malika, and I mean, the church seems to have been corrupted by people who want to better themselves over bettering the people.
So as you guys are starting to discuss this, the shock wears away from the crowd, and many of them were still feasting, and you hear just panic, people screaming, running about. You see guards going and carrying away those that were struck dead, and just mass chaos at the moment, and you guys can barely hear yourselves talk among the screaming.
I think this might be a good time for us to leave. I don't know if this town has much for us.
What?
And Malika asked me to meet her at her retreat. It is a decent walk, and I intend to meet her there. You guys can follow me if you want. But
I'm assuming he said it's time to slip out. I think,
Oh, I thought he said he wanted a treat, and I don't know how we were gonna get a treat.
Should we go get a drink?
A drink? Oh, that makes more sense, actually.
Should we be screaming like
Let's-
them?
We are
Let's
screaming.
Talk later. Go.
be trying to be serious. Can't hear my own thoughts.
So, do you guys head to the tavern? Where are you heading?
Yes.
Yes.
where did
Tavern.
she say? She said her retreat.
Her retreat.
Did
Yeah,
she?
which we don't know.
Did she say?
Just
That's
to
all she
him.
said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's always get somewhere quiet and we can figure this out.
Exactly.
Okay. So you guys head back to the tavern. You get a nice wink from the owner there. And,
Salute.
Gets a nice scowl from Asar.
and you guys make it back to your room, where you still hear plenty of screaming, but it's a lot quieter.
I feel like we should be screaming.
I feel like they're overreacting.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
mean,
a lot of people just died.
a lot of people just died.
That is true. Yes.
Probably about 20 died.
Hopefully,
trying-
hopefully our
not
friends
that
weren't
many.
part of the people who died.
I've seen
I
seen
mean-
worse.
If they attacked her, then
Okay, I need to ask. So, Asar, you are a cleric of Juanabi, right? So,
Yeah, have you heard anything about
yeah,
this?
what's going on?
I will be right back.
That's not suspicious.
Probably needs a pray,
So are we just stuck in the middle of some feud between the goddess of war and the goddess of light?
We always are
that
in.
didn't sound like that to me. It sounds like
Okay, how do you know this being of light? That's
Malika.
yeah.
Well, that's
I mean, not that you're not, handsome. Just saying.
no. It's so. I met her in the desert. So I was traveling with a dwarven caravan on our way to Jamadi to go to the libraries there, so I can learn some more.
Of course you are.
We were traveled from one dwarven city to the next dwarven city, and there's a long stretch of desert where you cross from the mountains down towards where Jamati is, and along the way we were hit by a sandstorm. No one else made it. I was lucky to survive. The winds were throwing boulders. I am fairly certain I saw sandworms in there. It's hard to remember because it was terrifying, and there was lightning, and it was dark and scary. And when I woke up, there was like a giant boulder as big as a house, inches from my head. I had just huddled down in my shell. And then I thought I'd try to make it back to the city, and lost my way in the desert. And then next thing I know, I collapsed, and there was Jonabi herself staring down at me. But really it was Malika in my delirious state. Malika looks very similar to Jonabi, but it wasn't her, it was Malika, and that's how I met Malika, and she helped me, nursed me back to health, and then, well, I followed her. I wanted to write her story, and so I followed her from town to town. She would go from small town to small town, healing the people who are sick, trying to help with any drought situations, and then, yeah, that's how I met her. And her retreat is a little oasis in the desert. She goes there. It's kind of in the center of a bunch of small desert towns, and she spends a lot of time there while that's her home base, I guess.
But you follow Uamar, not Chuanabi.
Yes.
Yeah, do they get along?
Oh,
Apparently?
yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure the whole pantheon gets along,
Oh.
except maybe Wango, but I don't know if he's actually a real member of the pantheon. He's a weirdo, as far as I know.
Don't let him hear you say that.
Excuse me.
Lightning does get us all. So
Someone must have been thinking about me.
Malika as a Aasimar
Yes.
is a
is that
Is
what
that-
that was?
other of a kind at her retreat.
No, she was. I mean, she was the only one there. She has her little base camp there, and for a while there, I would be there and make sure it was taken care of while she was out on going from village to village. And I don't know, I spent almost 2 years with her, just going around town to town and helping people we could. And I eventually started, so the first day I learned that, not the first day, but when I first learned that the people were not able to read, I was in shock. I didn't know people couldn't know how to read. It was.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
So
I know some people you could meet.
yes. I've since learned that not everyone had the education I had as a child. Well, teenager, child, teenager, same thing.
Aren't you still a
Yesterday,
teenager?
yes.
I mean, human terms, yes, but I'm technically an adult. No, actually, no. I think I'm either 19 or 20. I can't remember my age.
Some sort of teenage mutant cleric turtle.
But yeah.
Cleric and a half shell.
Oh gosh.
Cleric power. Yes.
So you You followed her around for 2 years. Why did you?
I mean, I would
break
too. She's yeah.
I mean, well, so the day I met you guys was the last day I saw her.
Oh.
While I was out trying to help the villagers learn how to read, I received, I guess, a vision from Uvamar, and was basically told that he accepted me as would accept me as his clerics, and so Malika, we went to the nearest temple. She helped me through a ceremony to officially make me a cleric of Uvamar, and then she was gone when I woke up, along with my satchel.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Okay, this is all fine and good and happy story. I'm glad you got your satchel back. I'm glad that. What do we do?
I mean, someone that powerful. I mean, I would like to learn what she did. If that's something that I could learn, probably not.
I mean, you could become a cleric of
No,
Duonabi.
that would never work.
Now it makes me feel like we should steer clear of her.
I would like to meet her.
Yes, you would have much in common. I'm sure you'd talk about Junabi.
Oh, you're back.
I never actually laughed. I just said that, walked 2 steps, and then
Turned around.
Again, fine and good, but what do we do? Do we go find her now? Is there anything else we need in the city? Are we gonna try to take jobs from our?
Well, what did...
I seriously don't want to take a job from the church. Please don't make me do that.
But
But
there was also the Aura in his arm.
so there's Orm.
I mean,
So we have business here.
I mean, if they have jobs down south, we can accept those, but I intend to find Malika.
I would follow her anywhere, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I do kind of agree. If it's something that we could handle further south and it's not going to be too much of a hassle, get out of our way, it might be, worth it to pick up a little bit of, just extra work on the way down.
Seems very helpful to have a friend that anybody tries to attack you would die,
I'm pretty sure that was Juanabi's power protecting her.
Yeah, I'm saying that would be a nice ally to have.
I mean,
Sounds like you already have an in.
the gods are good allies if you actually listen to them.
Well, they don't listen to me is the problem.
Like, good. You just have to pray. and
Yeah, I've tried that.
Try harder.
Yeah, that doesn't work for me. But, yeah, I'm down for whatever.
So we go out in the morning. Is that our plan?
Yeah, I say we lay low for the night. It's probably going to be several hours before all of that calms down.
How far do we need to travel?
It's so the Pumongo Oasis. That was, I'm trying to remember, it was like a month travel from.
Took you about a month.
Yeah. So
That was going through the desert.
yeah. So it's about a month's travel from the Pumongo Oasis.
You also have the river, which would speed things up.
It's true.
Go down the river.
Yes, let's take a death
But
boat.
Malika's retreat is further west of the river.
Mm-hmm.
And if you were to take like a boat down to like Kushako, you'd probably get there in about a week and a half. And then if you were to take like Beetle or just walking to Malika's retreat, you'd probably be another 2 weeks.
I mean, the river is a nice, easy, usually easy transportation.
Easy for you. So, Kaiji, do you have any medical knowledge, being on the seas, of someone that can't handle the waves, that maybe can calm the nerves in the stomach? And
What, you think I'm one of the surgeons?
no, I'm just you're
Sure,
fairly
seems to have some
talented
magic
with
that can put you to sleep.
herbs and
prize.
things.
I mean,
I'm
only-
curious.
It's only temporary, but
See, that's...
If not, I can find someone.
So I learned herbs from my mother in the jungle. I didn't learn
It's not on the sea. I
any
understand.
medicine on the sea.
Okay.
Just look out on the horizon.
It
Whoa.
does tend to help you get your sea
Horizon
legs.
moves. Yeah, sea legs. I need those. Where can I buy those?
No, what? No, what the are saying is, if you watch the horizon, your eyes and your body start to match up.
Ah,
The mind of your muscles starts to kick in, and you fit with the ship. It does take a while, and you're sick for some time.
oh,
Part of the ship.
wonderful.
But
Part of the
you, yes, part of the
Part of
ship,
the-
part of the crew. But you get over being sick in a few days.
Okay.
Besides, we're just going down the river. It's not like we're actually on the sea. The
Well-
river is calm compared to the sea.
We'll just strap you into the center of the boat if you need, or something
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, as long as I don't go in the water, I'll be fine.
We can tie a rope around you, and so in case you fall in, we'll just drag you along.
You can wear my pretty necklace.
Oh,
and
that's
you
okay.
won't
It's-
drown.
No, you can keep it. I'll try my best. If we're going that way, I would suggest. I would like it better, honestly.
Yeah, are we really going to?
I don't want to
Kushaku?
walk that whole way.
What's wrong with Kushaku?
Well,
I heard it was a big city.
It is.
I mean, if you're uncomfortable going to that city where people are looking for you,
Oh, that's right.
we could get off early.
He can
Or-
change the way he looks, though.
I
so
could.
it's fine.
Yeah, that's true. I couldn't do that before, so I could try that.
Make yourself look like you could look like me, and we can be twins.
2 Ardens. I mean, your name is already close.
Oh, I've looked like Arden before. It's just weird.
I know, it was weird, actually.
Yeah, honestly, so I don't know for sure if they're really after me, but I do owe them a lot of money.
How much money do you owe?
At least 5,000 gold
Oh, that's not too
plus
much.
interest.
How much?
I mean, Asara's got that, right?
Do you have
You can
5,000
you can
I don't
cover
have
him.
it on me, but
in that magic bag of yours?
no, it's not on me. But I've dealt with a higher quantity of coin on a daily basis.
Oh, actually, maybe this might be a chance. You know, now that I can disguise myself, I could maybe poke around a little bit in Kushaku and try to get an idea of if I'm
It's a
being
big-
hunted or not.
It's a big city. It's kind of a scary city. I don't
I
like
know
big
some, I know some
cities.
people there.
Yeah,
know my
I don't-
way
I
around.
don't
We'll
like
find a
big
few
cities either.
underground pubs, check, see if there are any bounties going around. It shouldn't actually be too difficult to get information of the like.
So
Maybe I could
at
spread
what
some
point
rumors
do we
of my
turn him in
untimely
for the
death or
bounty?
something.
Like
Mm.
100,000 gold, or?
I mean,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
actually, you know, it would actually be hilarious. We come up with a plan where we turn him in for the bounty, and then we help him escape, and so we, you know,
So we
That's
get-
correct, yes.
so we
As
all
long as
get
it doesn't
bounties.
involve my death, I am wholeheartedly in.
well, we make I look like you,
There you go.
Or I
And
look
then they-
like
they-
you, and then I go
they
invisible.
take it, they something like that, and then it's just gone.
It's like double dipping. It's great.
Yeah, we could just do that over and over again.
Would
Oh, look, we found him
Look on-
again.
Next time.
Perfectly balanced.
We just keep making ourselves look like other people.
That's right.
So there's like other group of bounty hunters.
No,
turning
there's
in.
like a lot of Altons.
I mean, most of you guys can all turn into Alton, so I mean,
could be multiple Altons. They wouldn't
We
know.
found 3 of them this time. No,
Was that the good, the bad, and the ugly where they did that? I'm trying to remember what movie that was.
Maybe.
Can't remember.
What's a movie?
well, we talked about this before. It's those the plays that people put on.
Oh, right. Because they're moving, and that's not just a speech. That's right. We
The
had
good,
this
the bad, and
discussion.
the Tachawi.
You'll have to take me to one of these plays sometime. Do they have them in Kushaku?
Oh, I'm sure most big cities have that there too.
Yeah, you need to entertain people somehow, or else they get riled up. And
I think you can find pretty much anything in Kushaku.
hey, what about your crew? The rest of them.
Well, I don't have any leads.
So that might be a good place. I mean,
Could look for leads there. Yeah.
That's true.
big
If
place,
it-
lots of
If
information.
it is such a hub,
I mean,
Maybe we'll get lucky.
does anybody else have something that they
Well-
need to go do and take care of?
Raynor does. The woman downstairs was trying to get your
I'm
attention. I
talking
think.
about like
That's
you
no,
Oh.
later. No,
Oh,
She
no.
already got his attention.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about like as far as their I guess
While we're
plans
traveling.
traveling. 'cause,
Although, I mean, if we're in a hurry, we could go straight to.
I mean,
Malika?
my eternal what's that, conscience or something wants me to run down there and see what Malika needs. She's honestly my best friend I've ever had.
Ouch. But I understand. You have known her longer.
Friend zone.
so we
I mean, you just said that she was prettier than he is,
I-
so
well-
I don't.
I would like to be her best friend. Yes,
Well, that seems to be your skill, so maybe you should try.
I will.
I mean, if I knew a Aasimar woman, I'd probably follow her around everywhere.
Yeah,
I feel like you guys'
Our,
intentions were different than mine.
our surgeon on the ship has that problem every time we get new recruits. They always grow out of it.
Especially when she cuts into him.
Yeah, getting wounds sewn up is not so romantic anymore.
I mean, I'd probably even settle for half Aasimar.
Asa is just blushing really hard.
So the plan is, we're gonna sleep tonight. Tomorrow we'll hit up the temple and hit up the organism, see what they've got for us.
Maybe they have something there. And
If they
Right.
have anything
Yeah.
that works with our schedule and heading south towards
Exactly.
Malaki.
Malika's the
Malika.
and Kashako. Is that what was it?
To give you some perspective on travel here, if you were to walk, it would take about a month and a half.
Nope.
If you were to, and that's at a normal pace.
Yes.
If you were to take a boat, it would be about 9 days.
Boat it is.
Boat.
Mhm.
Boaty McBoat face.
I mean, who knows what adventures we'll find on the river. I mean, the other day we exploded an island and got kidnapped by gremlins.
Too bad we can't teleport there.
Maybe one of these days
That
you'll
would
figure
be
it out.
I will figure it out one day.
Now the question is, do one of us figure it out before he does?
That'd be pretty fun.
Just like everything else.
Yes, yes, that will happen. Fine. Years of work, just no.
I mean, at least you're putting in the hard work. That has to mean something somewhere.
You would think so.
Someday you'll be young again.
Someday. That is true.
I mean, at least you can look young.
Yes, I can.
You can make yourself look like your younger self.
That I don't. That's weird.
And then just pop some ibuprofen and caffeine and you'll be good as new.
My bones.
So is the plan then to go and visit the Runizorm and then
Yes.
the temple, get a job, and then head south? Is
Yeah.
that-
Yes.
Okay.
We'll see what
Just,
jobs are
just to
available.
see-
Just see what they got.
I
Yeah,
think
keep our
the
options
three of us that are allergic to churches should go visit the Runizorm, and the other three of
Yeah.
us should
Yeah,
go
we
to
can
the
I
multitask.
love this
The question
idea.
is, what happened with Malika and the church? I mean, what? I
They're
don't know
gonna
how.
be freaking out, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Just imagine if they hire us to kill Malika. Then we can we can pretend to, because we're going there anyways.
I don't think you can kill her. Can you?
I mean,
Apparently not.
they had a job for us before she showed up, so
Yeah, but they might have changed their priorities after that.
I mean, I don't even like the idea of considering taking the job. I feel like that.
Not like we'd really do it.
I mean, what if we get struck down for just saying yeah?
I mean, it's like killing a Tsar. We would never. I mean,
I'm sorry, what?
yeah, it's just.
What the heck?
We would never do it, right?
Well, no.
I mean, right? We wouldn't.
Okay,
Well, why is this a
Course.
question?
so is bad luck to
But
kill
you're not
Aasimars? Have
I'm
we
just-
ever heard this before? Bad luck to kill Aasimars? Yes. No,
it's bad.
probably because no
I've
one has
never
ever killed
had it.
Aasimar and lived. So let's not even
I've
pretend.
never seen an
Oh, man.
Aasimar before.
What if we were the first ones?
I hate you guys. I'm going to bed.
I mean, if you intend to kill her,
But
I'm
no,
not
no, not her. I'm just saying, if she has friends,
Don't kill random people.
our Aasimar.
This is your
and then we
conscience
could-
speaking.
Okay.
Killing random people is bad.
Okay.
I have like the blanket wrapped around my head. I can't hear you guys.
So you guys finish your conversation, I imagine, and head to sleep. Is there anything specific that you guys are wanting to discuss before the next day?
Nah, I'm just gonna knock out.
Okay. So you guys wake up in the morning,
Long rest.
and there.
Just take a deep breath and get real high and say, screaming, what's going on?
What?
What?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I'm sorry. I don't think I got whatever
We
reference you just
We
made.
wake in the morning and we step outside and take a deep breath and get real high.
I see. So as you get up in the morning, you hear the drums beating again, and I imagine you guys gather over towards that point. Am I assuming correctly here?
Sure.
Because we're hearing the drums.
Yeah.
After breakfast.
Yes.
Drum.
Well, it might be as interesting as yesterday, at least.
Who knows?
Is Malika back?
I
I
thought
doubt
they'd
it.
drum for her.
Yeah,
I would. I've never done it before.
So I was gonna go check it out.
We get an
So
extra
whoever chooses to go,
HP.
I'll follow.
Yes, you guys have extra HP.
just assume that's always the case.
Well, I know, but I just want to make
She's
sure.
out
you
of
guys are
spells.
getting in between me and hot food.
Um,
Hot
Can we get some to
Aasimar.
but
Real quick.
there's our title, Aasimar.
Get Aasimar.
I'd follow that Aasimar anyway.
Please. So you guys make it over to the temple, and you see, oh goodness, where's the name?
I tried to.
You see Maifen standing there, and she shouts again through the magically amplified thaumaturgy. The impostor of yesterday, you should bear no heed to. She was not of the gods, and we know that she was impersonating a seer of Juanabi, and there has not been a seer of Juanabi for an age. Bear no value to her words. The world is fine, and Ilmalath will be locked away indefinitely. And then, you know, that. What?
Are you gonna zone a truther?
No. I guess silence right on her.
Oh, what?
Okay.
Oh,
I try to do it subtly.
Okay, go ahead and roll the sleight of hand.
Jeez.
1.
Oh my
Classic.
I will. You know, this will be fun. I'm not going to give you advantage.
Yeah, don't go.
So as you cast silence, she was done pretty much at that point, and she goes to finish, and she looks down and sees you, feeling that she feels this this magical power, and she did have a couple words left, you know, basically just depart, but they don't come out, and she scans the crowd and sees you.
I'm just
And-
glaring at her.
She points at some of her lieutenants and is like, points down at you, and you see some of these paladins come rushing down.
I'm gonna cast minor illusion. How close are we to her?
I'd say you're probably like 150 feet.
Oh shoot! I was gonna try to have.
She's raised up too.
I was trying to have her voice, basically have minor illusion do
speak for her.
speak for her, to then say I was lying.
And I smell like dog food.
Yeah.
Well, that area is
But it's only
silenced.
30 feet away.
That area is silenced anyway, so it wouldn't.
Well, it's a spell. It's not really a voice.
And do I notice the guards coming?
I would say yes.
We should.
If we're that
should
far, I
run.
wouldn't have done
I'm
it.
just gonna misty step and try to hide.
Okay.
I should change the spells.
Oh, I got a 2 on my hide.
I'll give you advantage here. It's a big crowd.
12.
Okay.
This might be a good time for spring break, and I run.
I will do Mask of Many Faces to appear as Sharu and run. As well.
I will do the same and not Mask of Many Faces, but I will look like Sharu and run the other way too.
I'm gonna take a cue from them, and I'm gonna do the same thing.
She's going 4 different directions.
I'm going to use the mask that I got and make myself look like Shrew and run a different way.
I am really going to regret doing this, aren't I?
Asad just kind of shrugs and runs off.
All the while I'm shouting, I'm Raphael, the servant.
I imagine another one is Gilgamesh.
Yeah. Where's the god of pancakes?
So they get all mixed up, the paladins, the guards, and they start chasing all over. And at some point, the chaos gets lost in the mix. But you probably have lost any potential job with the church. So are you guys going to meet at Orunizorm then and see what's going on there?
Might as well.
Yeah, there's all those safe houses scattered throughout the city, so I'm sure we went to one of them.
Sounds good.
We're all in like a different one.
There's the little pipes, and we're talking into them.
We got like 5 Shrews.
The pot with the string attached.
Wow. I am so handsome. Wow. Thank you.
Look at me, I'm Shrew. I love pissing off the pious.
No, I would like each one of you to wear a different color headband. So it would be purple and red and orange.
Can I say thank you guys for having my back. I was not expecting it, but it just made me like you guys all a lot more.
It is no problem. I am such a friend of Arden that I just love being here with all of you. Much gratitude.
Okay, so you guys end up in the same place at the Orunizorm. Oh gosh, what was her name? I apologize.
It is of no consequence.
No, not that one.
Zah.
Zah.
Secure Denard?
Zah.
Zah.
That's the one that's in charge of us.
Yes.
Zah is our Golemak.
Yes. Thank you. I didn't have that up and ready. So,
would
so
like to
you
order
meet with
Zah.
Zah, and she looks at you and she says, "Oh, I see you've caused a stir again. It looks like our efforts to make you unnoticed were kind of in vain."
I mean, when you speak against what the gods have said, just things happen.
Sure. Not much of one for religion myself. I prefer to steal from the church when possible.
Oh, steal from the church.
I just love pissing them off.
The more I learn about the church, the more I realize the church is a terrible place. Steal from the church as much as you
There's
want.
lots of churches.
Well,
Lead.
What?
Nothing.
But anyway, I like to steal from them all. They have wonderful things.
well, try to be nice to people too.
No, I am nice to people. I don't kill people without reason.
Neither do I, so I guess we can agree on that.
Try not to steal without reason either.
And you don't want to kill anyone that is sentient either.
You don't want to eat
You don't want
sentient.
to
Eat
creature.
anyone
Eat
that's
anyone
sentient.
Oh yeah, eat any creature that is sentient.
Like frogs.
Are you still sure?
Yeah.
she looks around and are all of you still Sharu?
No, I dropped it the
probably
moment
would've
I was
dropped
Yeah,
it.
I as soon as I could.
She looks at you two. She's like,
I'm Michelangelo.
"Don't sue us."
But he's a great artist.
She looks at you. She's like, "Please stop whatever you two are doing.
I changed back.
This is disturbing."
I thought it was pretty impressive. There was 5 of us at one point. I feel like we could do some fun things like that. Maybe
I'm sure
stop
you
some
could.
bad guys.
Yes,
You
we've
also-
understood the boy band. What? You said you had a job for us.
The Cleric Brothers.
The Turtle 5.
Call it wrong direction. Misdirection.
Misdirection.
Oh my goodness.
That's a good name.
Oh, those are good.
Name.
Start a boy band.
Oh my
yes,
gosh.
Yes. We might sponsor that. But not here, because you're wanted now. And we don't feel like paying for another
No.
forget you spell. So any contracts are going to have to be outside of the city.
Good, we
That's
like
okay.
that.
We're leaving
That
anyways.
is
I
perfect
imagined you were.
timing.
We have a habit of,
I can tell.
leaving
In a rush.
friends.
We don't have good success in not disturbing the peace.
We overstay our welcome pretty quickly.
Indeed. Hopefully that doesn't happen with us.
Oh no, of course we're devout. Yes.
Followers of money.
Yeah, exactly.
The Church of Orun is Orem. It's a good church.
Yes. We do it for the tax breaks. But we may have something further south for you. One of our competitors, the Unseen Hand, has they have a strong foothold further south. We don't get down there too often. We prefer to stay up in Yabad, and Analia is about as far as we go. But we're looking to potentially expand some of our influence down there. And in the city of Kashako especially, there is trinkets of value. We have a contact there that you could connect with. And if you obtain any trinkets from that area, steal, kill, however you see fit to obtain them, and then deliver these trinkets to this contact, we will pay handsomely for it, and you'll be paid directly by this contact. And your exploits will be passed on to us, and if you return back after delivering some of these, we will ensure that you're paid a bonus when you return to Nalia. Now, each trinket will, the value of each trinket will vary. The more rare and powerful, the more money. But there's plenty that are there. Dangerous work, but I'm sure you can be discreet. And if not, you can get yourself out of trouble, or you can die. Whatever suits your fancy.
I love everything you've said, except for the part where you said return to Nalia. Is that required?
Oh, of course not. It's just we'll pay you a bonus if you come, and then we can send you elsewhere.
We also need to keep in mind that we're going to be going against the Unseen Hand, and they have a pretty big foothold in that city.
Well, you won't necessarily be going up against the Unseen Hand. You might run into some of their contacts trying to steal the same things we are. But we're not necessarily fighting them. We're just establishing a foothold and taking their items that they want and bringing them here.
They're not going to be happy with us operating in their backyard.
Just don't get caught.
I'm just
It'll
putting
be
it out there.
fine.
I just want to make sure you're all aware, because I'm already on their bad side. I don't mind getting on their bad side again as a pretending to be someone else. But
Considering 4 of you guys can just make yourself look like something else, that's actually pretty good insurance.
My job description is being on the bad side, so it doesn't bother me.
I follow Sharu, so
Maybe I should make it the Church of Sharu.
The golden conscience.
It's great for tax breaks.
Maybe if I establish myself in the city one day. So far I have not stayed in the city for terribly long.
so who is your contact?
So the contact that you will be meeting with is Masan Den. He will be the northern end of Kashako, east side of the river.
Have I heard of him before?
You haven't heard of this person.
Okay.
But she tells you of the location pending. And you do know the area by what she described, and you could get there easily enough.
Do we need a secret handshake or?
No.
Oh,
We could have a secret handshake if you want.
we should.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
We'll
Just go to the place, and you'll use this password. And she provides that password to you.
It's the same on my luggage.
And they will let you in.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for the help you've given us. And,
Do you know of a boat that could take us that would be free because we are members, like a member discount?
You could pay for your own passage.
Ah, that's true.
But we do know of a boat that you can take. And we can get you there discreetly so you can start traveling.
That's great. Yes.
Beautiful.
Right. That's good.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you going to be on your way immediately? I think that's probably wise.
Yes.
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 Running from another town.
We seem to do that quite a bit.
I mean, we've been in 3 towns and only had to run from 2.
Well, we blew up one.
That wasn't a town. That was a.
Oh yeah.
That was a.
Those are mine.
We would love your assistance in booking passage on the boat.
We'll get it squared away. I will need about 3 gold from each of you to get the fare for Nalia. Or from Nalia to Shako.
Bleed us dry, okay.
I mean,
That's fair enough.
we did just win a nice tournament money, so.
Anyway,
Now I have an uneven amount of gold.
I'll
But
get
you
things
can
squared
give
away.
me whatever to make
And
it. To,
You will head to the fishery. I believe you've already been there at one point, and a boat will be waiting for you there.
Brilliant.
And you guys,
What is the name of the boat?
the name of the boat will be determined at next session because you guys settle down for the day, the rest of the day, and they lead you out that way at night, and we will pick up with you guys boarding the boat next session. Thanks for listening.
If you like listening to Rollfair, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. We'd love to hear from you. Also check out our merch store at rollfair.com. 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 Store at rollfair.